motion from the left. The give is straight ahead. Bettis, and Bettis threw a hole up over the 20, 25. First down to the 30 to the 32-yard line. The bus was out of control. Tom Zach to Bettis. Right side sweep throw hole. 45-40, 35-30. He's a load, and he's down to the 24-yard line. Dan Footman and Stevan Moore just went for a ride that time.
One-on-one against Smith is asking a lot. Johnson comes out of the game, injured his arm as Bettis rams his way up to the 41-yard line. Go in the half as a 1st and 10 from the 43, and Jerome Bettis bangs his way inside the 30-yard line. He's loose, and Jerome Bettis scores for the Steelers. That is a back-breaking drive by the Steelers that started at their own 4-yard line. Yard line with 8:44 to go, and here is Jerome Bettis swinging to the outside, turning the corner, and picking up another first down as he tries to reach triple figures for the 4th straight game.
Well, when he first came into the league back in '93 and gained 1,400 plus yards with the Rams, he was called the battering Ram.
Jerome Bettis finds some room, and Bettis isn't done till he's out of bounds inside the 35-yard line. Well, the Steelers go right back to the power run, and Bettis takes it up the middle and down to the 25-yard line. Bettis up the middle. What blocking by the Steeler offensive line. Dawson is cleaning people out. And Jerome Bettis rolls on down to the 7-yard line. Just inside the 7. Bettis heading in, standing up. Jerome Bettis with his 8th rushing touchdown of the season. And the defending American Conference champions from Pittsburgh take the lead for the first time.
Guess who again? First down yardage and more. Across the 45. And they'll mark him out at the 47. Jerome Bettis.
Turnover on downs, and Tom Zach hands to Bettis. Jerome Bettis. Goodbye. Him on the ground for Jerome Bettis. This one feels better than the first.
On the opening drive of the ballgame. And here is Jerome Bettis. Puts one tackle, just powers his way past the 30, the 35, takes 3 bingos to bring him down.
Does he have fun or what?
Yes, he does.
Shoot Deion figure. And you saw how furious Brunell was at the receiver as Bettis breaks free and crunches into Jacksonville territory to the 43-yard line. Chris Hudson with the saving tackle.
The bus. 2nd and 10. Bettis looking for room, gets by Singleton. You know, that turns it on, out of bounds, first down up at the 44-yard line. 250-pound guys aren't supposed to be able to do that.
Motion to the far side. The give is to Bettis. And Bettis behind the lead blocks down the sideline into Ravens territory.
Pittsburgh assures themselves of their playoff berth with a victory today, and Jerome Bettis breaks free, finally caught and dropped from behind at the 25-yard line by Kevin Ross. He's still got plenty of energy left.
All the way to the 35-yard line of the Colts. 19 for Bettis.
You got one running back, and it's Jerome Bettis. And that's all you need with a run like this. Out past the 30-yard line, and a gain of 18 yards.
Yard line after the missed Hollis field goal, and Jerome Bettis rambles for a first down before he's knocked out of bounds by Hudson. The Jaguars won it. Bettis on 2nd and 7, breaking tackles inside the 40, big gain down to the 33. Draw up Bettis, big hole, and the bus rambles down.
3rd and 2. Oilers jumping up, bringing a lot onto the line of scrimmage, and Bettis breaks through that blitz. Inside the Oiler 25 and a first down for the bus. All aboard.
And the Steelers have the ball. Jerome Bettis makes a nice cut up and breaks free. Bettis twisted, got away, just tackled at the 45-yard line by McCrary while the bus was in overdrive. Here he is again. Jerome Bettis to the outside. Can he get the corner? Yes. Stops short of the goal line.
1st and 10. Here's Bettis. There's Bettis.
17-yard gain. Draw play. Bettis goes left. Oh my goodness.
Bettis right up the middle. Still on his feet inside the 20. Stewart, shovel pass. The Steelers have won.
Second down and 6, and they give it to him again, and the workhorse explodes into Kansas City territory and gets hog-tied at the 35-yard line by Jerome Woods.
And Bettis takes a tackle midfield to the 30.
Cordell, screen near side. Bettis has blockers. Look at this play. Bus goes boom and into the end zone. Touchdown Steelers. Well, he's moving in as close as he can. This is third down. Bettis gets the first down and more. How about a touchdown of the win?
And he tries to seal on Lucier inside and does for Bettis, and Bettis denying tacklers to the 14. Give it to Bettis. All the way to the 41-yard line. 23 more for Bettis as he moves over the 100-yard mark.
To it. Jerome Bettis, he hasn't seen many holes today, and when he gets that big body moving, look at the defenders just falling off of him. Fourth man, Ty Law.
On 2nd and 2, Bettis first down and more. In Bears territory. Finally, forced out of bounds by Ricardo McDonald. A gain of 42 yards. Bettis out to midfield into Chicago Bears territory. A gain of 13. 2nd and 9 Steelers. Bettis up the middle, big hole, first down and more. Down to the Bears, 36. As the bus gains 19.
Oh yeah.
He's 1st and 10. Right off the bench, Jerome Bettis got a great block, and there he goes. Bettis still on his feet to the 43.
7-yard run by Stewart. Bettis heading for the end zone. He's in.
The bus again splits the middle. First down and a lot more to the 36-yard line.
That uncanny niftiness when he got downfield. Watch how he makes people miss. Right there. He makes Reggie Tongue do a complete whiff. And that's not often you see a 250-pound guy do that.
You've got it.
Over 100 yards, his 6th consecutive.
All right, so now you're the Kansas City Chief defense.
The 44. The bus has the first down. He's into Kansas City territory. He takes it to the 44-yard line.
2nd and 10. Pressure from the inside. Did they get the pass away? And it's Bettis behind Lester inside the 15, and the 6-yard line is where it finally ends. So after a very close to momentum-changing interception, the next thing you know, it's 1st and goal.
Draw play, Bettis breaks a tackle, breaks another. Whitman again in motion. Bettis goes left, cuts upfield inside the 40, 2nd down. Jerome Bettis bounces off the first tackle. Tennessee hands it off to Jerome Bettis. Bettis breaks a tackle, breaks another, breaks a third.
As we begin the 2nd quarter, and they give it to
Bettis, and Jerome with a big hole, breaking tackles, and then down at the 13-yard line. 37-yard line. Bettis closing in on 100 yards, takes it to the 47. That's a first down. There is Bettis, meanwhile, as he has reached the 100-yard mark in every one of his 8 Monday Night Football appearances.
Jerome Bettis. Bettis, the bus, engine going all the way down to the 35.
First down. Steelers still running it. Look at the bus. Look at the bus. Over midfield. Jerome Bettis just carrying people. And Bill Cowher is out on the field, letting them know that he appreciates the effort. Ran right over Corey Hall. Bettis again. Bettis.
$12 million over the salary cap, so running room right side, all kinds of room. Bettis out of bounds near the goal line, touchdown.
He told us that. Here is a handoff. Jerome Bettis breaks it. Look at the bus on the roll. No butt stop until he's down inside.
Here at Three Rivers. On a pitch. Bettis. He'll throw it. The option to the end zone. Caught.
It's double tight end. The handoff goes to Bettis. He was popped by McLaughlin. He breaks the tackle, however, crosses the 50 and is out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Press. Here's Bettis again. Jerome Bettis. And the bus moves out for a first down.
Bettis. First and 10, Bettis. Breaks through. Another first down for Pittsburgh. Jerome Bettis. Rips off 13. Third down. The ball has touchdown.
As is, of course, the great.
Delayed handoff. Bettis. Touchdown.
It's Bettis with a nice block from Gandy and then pass completion from the 35. Pittsburgh with the bus wheeling his way, breaking the tackle of Darius, breaking the tackle of Hardy. Look at him run to the 15-yard line. Thomas, the tackle, 20-yard gain. Brackens was in there as well.
Handoff for Bettis. Jerome Bettis remaining on his feet, rumbling towards the end zone. Do they give it to him?
So the Steelers ready to put the knockout punch on as Jerome Bettis breaks it down and close. And is he in? No signal. He's out of bounds inside the 1-yard line.
Jerome Bettis inside the 25, first down and more.
Bettis. Watch him. Look at the size of this guy and the power, but watch him break this thing back.
Defense. Penalty is declined.
Oh, that's nice.
Touchdown.
Even with 12 men on the field, the Eagles could not stop Jerome Bettis.
Oh.
His 7th rushing touchdown, and he goes over the 100-yard mark.
Lead by 10. The bus. Touchdown. With the block from Kreider. Big hole for Jerome Bettis, and there he goes. Breaking tackles. Pine Toward is on the move. The hand to Bettis. Oh, and a wonderful block thrown on the play, and there he goes. Chased by Allen. Run out of bounds by Dorsett.
Number 48 is split wide left, and the pass is dumped off to Bettis. Bettis with running room gets to midfield into Redskin territory. To the 47-yard line, and here is Bettis. Jerome Bettis. Hard to bring down. Well, there is Bettis with speaking out on his own behalf, getting 22 yards to the 31-yard line.
The backfield gets the carry through a hole and into the open field. Jerome Bettis all the way down to the 1-yard line.
I think all phases of their game today, special teams included.
Handoff. Strong one for Jerome Bettis. To move in a tight ball game. 10-3. Handoff. Bettis flagged down. Bettis. He's got the room into Buffalo territory and forced out of bounds at the 35-yard line.
Bettis, right side. Big hole. Still on his feet. The bus is rumbling. And tripped up just inside the 5 by Brian Simmons, who saved a touchdown. Bengals coming on the blitz. Bettis, a nice move. And out across the 40. The bus is rumbling. 10 from the 45. Bettis.
From the 38. Here's the bus. Rumbling. Watch out. Whoa! What a play! Bettis!
Bettis on a toss. Throws the ball wide open. It's complete to Toomey. Jeremy Tooman has a touchdown.
Problem with the dry ball.
Bettis into the clear. Can he go all the way? Bettis at 260 can outrun the Buccaneers for a touchdown.
That's one of those things, if you weren't looking at it, you wouldn't believe it. At 258 pounds, Jerome Bettis outruns one of the fastest defensive teams in the National Football League.
Look at that chin. That's a Cowher touchdown chin. And it's Bettis outside and to the sidelines at the 40-yard line. And that's rubbing off on his teammates. Bettis finds another big hole, and he's on his way at the 30. And finally pushed out of bounds at the 21-yard line by John Howell. The bus making very few stops.
Looking for 5 in a row. On a first and goal, it crosses back to Bettis. And Bettis scores.
Bettis hits a hole. Look at that move. Being chased from behind, and Sharper brings him down.
Browns crowd the line on a pitch. Bettis, first down, and some more. Jerome Bettis into Cleveland territory. In Cleveland territory at the 43. Bettis through a hole. Jerome Bettis, and another first down for Pittsburgh. 13 minutes to play in the fourth on a 2nd and 5. Bettis gets the call again. Bettis breaks a tackle. Bettis has the first down. 3:19 to play in the fourth. Pittsburgh takes over on a handoff. Jerome Bettis breaking free. Bettis into Cleveland territory. From the 28. Stewart, handoff. Bettis. Jerome Bettis on his feet across midfield. Dragging tacklers with him across the 45-yard line. Offensively in the fourth quarter. On a pitch. Jerome Bettis bouncing off a tackler, and Bettis is off to the races. He's been quiet all day. Here comes the bus across the 40. These fans are in a frenzy.
Bettis. Oh, what a collision as he goes out of bounds at the 30-yard line.
You know it was a pretty good hit.
Griffith coming up toward the line, and the handoff to Bettis. Bettis bouncing off, and Jerome Bettis. Great run by Bettis.
First down and 10 for Pittsburgh. It's Bettis. Nice block inside, and here he goes. Bettis in open field, breaking tackles. Artrell Hawkins has him at the goal line. Too late. Touchdown for the second time today. Jerome Bettis.
Looking a lot better as Bettis over the last 2 weeks. Touchdown, Jerome. Bettis and the bus untouched. No traffic.
Here comes the bus off the left side. Busted up the middle. Cuts it. Walking in. Touchdown, Bettis.
Ryder in motion. Bettis carry as the first down. Inside the 5. Touchdown. Ryder in motion. Bettis carry. Couple blocks to the end zone. Touchdown. The bus rumbles home. And the Steelers have put it away.
4 turnovers for Cleveland, giving Pittsburgh the ball. And look at Jerome Bettis. Out across the 45. Kevin Bentley, the tackle.
He's able to make defenders miss. And look at him, bounce it outside. Look, Jalen McCutcheon, make him miss with the nifty move.
Here's the bus. Here's the bus. And there goes the bus. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Maddox with a long count on 2nd down. Back to the bus. This time he gets some room. Bettis on the run. First down and a lot more.
You're talking about a guy that's got over 10,000 yards in the league. He's number 8 all time, and he just moved into 7th place all time, passing our CBS's own Marcus Allen on the all-time list. He still has the spring in his step to outrun people up the field. That guy, look at that, 12,000 yards, and that's some very, very lofty company.
And look at Bettis, looking like the Bettis of old inside the 20. And finally, Rodney Harrison climbs on him at the 7-yard line. The Bus, a bruising 30-yard run. But we're at the 2-minute warning in Pittsburgh.
Jerome Bettis still rolling.
Walking gingerly on the sideline. Bettis in the meantime comes in, spins away, picks up the first down.
Good blocking up front, but it's good hard running by Jerome Bettis. Gets away from Dwayne Robinson and gets those extra yards. And the crowd, they love him. It gets everybody going when the big guy gets those tough yards.
Right at the 10-yard line. Bettis is going to throw for it. Bettis throws the touchdown to Jeremy Tooman. Going to be aggressive. Bettis, right side, gets away from Tongue. Jerome Bettis, touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Roethlisberger just 1 for 5 passing, gets time, drops it off to Bettis. Bettis inside the 10. Battles his way down to the 4-yard line.
Look at Bettis into the backfield, into the secondary, all the way out to the 50. And Jerome is over 10,000 yards in the Steeler uniform.
Second down and 6. Here's Bettis. Hopping and the bus spinning, tumbling, rumbling. Jerome Bettis.
He looks like he's 28 again. Look at that after contact, the spin move.
Second and long. Roethlisberger screens, and boy, they got blockers in front of Bettis. 40, 45, 50, and to the 48 of the New York Jets.
Third quarter, which is in the final minute of the quarter. And Bettis with room inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29.
I mean, they tell you that in almost every sport. Second and 9. And here is the Bus, Jerome Bettis. And Jerome Bettis looks like he's in mid-season form as he handles the ball for the first time this season. And the whole bench gets up to salute him. 16 yards.
I'll tell you, he looks fresh, doesn't he?
The Bus again. Great move, and now he's in open territory against James, and down he goes at the 7-yard line.
Second down and goal. They go to Bettis again. Bettis gets hit, still driving. Touchdown!
We've talked about missed tackles, but these are just broken tackles by Jerome Bettis. Bam! Bam! Well, I tell you, some guys, you get down to the red zone, down by the goal line, and they just have a nose for the end zone, and that's Jerome Bettis.
For 2 touchdowns. He's in the tailback. Bettis getting the call, has an opening. Jerome Bettis regains his footing and will go out of bounds at the 36-yard line. 39 yards for Bettis, having a brilliant game today. Bettis, the big running back that comes in the game, gets the first down. Very tough to bring down under any circumstances.
He's widest guy on the Steelers' offensive line.
Bettis will get another first down. Tonga. Again, it's the Bus. Taking the 7-0 lead on the first possession of the game. Jerome Bettis with the carry and gets the first down.
They pitch it to the Bus. Bettis.
Touchdown!
Bettis, he's got to get it in. He gets it in. Touchdown, Steelers. Diesel. Touchdown. Bettis, is he in? Yes. 3 touchdowns on the day for Jerome Bettis. He's in the game. Toot that Diesel. Uh-oh. James Brown. How would you like to have to tackle that, JB?
You got to give it to the Bus. Bus is listed at like 250, but you know, he about 3 biscuits shy of 300.
Pointed out they were 13-3 on the road the last 2 years. The Bus galloping. Look at him go, and it takes a couple of bingos to bring him down.